Mike, and welcome to the back circuit.
Back day circuit, yeah, I'm pushing through the pain. Herniated the disc, got me working through the strain. 45 now, yeah, I'm feeling the risk, but I never back.
So if you know me personally, I like to, pretty much set up my whole workout. Even when I was going to a commercial gym, I would have my gym bag packed. Maybe my pre-workout already set in the corner for that morning. My vitamins that I would take, or my amino acids, my BCAAs, my glutamine, my L-carnitine, everything would be just, ready to go. I do the same thing here in my garage gym. I have a bag upstairs that I pack, and I make sure I grab that before I walk down here. I'll come down here and pretty much do my stretches in the morning. But what gets my circuit, going as soon as I start, after my warm-up set, is I'll come down here and I'll set up the whole circuit. I'll lay everything out that I need, that morning. That way I don't, it's not really an issue, but it's kind of an inconvenience when I got to set something around. Usually I'll have it in my head what I want to do, because I do circuits, and I'll do back to back to back to back to back of an exercise. For today is back, and I'll just kind of get into it. It's not for everyone, but I've been working out for over 25 years. I'll be 46 this year. Got a laundry list of injuries, but for me now, it's number one, health. But also, I want to try to keep some muscle on, man, as I get older. I want to be that old dude, and people be like, man, right? I want to have that old man strength. I do any type of movement, with the rack here and my rows to where I lay down on the bench. And before I get into my cores, I always start my back workouts with some pull-ups. Everybody ain't a fan of pull-ups because they're difficult. And I realized over the years, the heavier that I became, the more, I struggle with pull-ups, man. It was like you're pulling a shark out of the water, man. But, I always gravitate towards pull-ups, especially on back day. But I'll throw in some chin-ups on bis and tris day to really ignite the biceps. My Friday workouts is leg day, but I'll also throw in some pull-ups and some dip movements just to kind of warm the back up. So, I usually start out my regular wide grips, man, and just try to go for 8 to 12, just to really get that stretch in, man. Really get the back ignited, and, get the chin over the bar, at least try to. But you're also working biceps. Second workout is pullbacks. And even though I have a functional trainer with the 2 pulleys, those are occupied. So I also have, a couple of the anchor machines that I use, and I'll do pullbacks with these. But, I used to do pullbacks, and when I'm pulling back and I'm getting that good stretch, I would kind of keep my hands this way. Now with this, this attachment here that I got off Amazon, I don't really know the name of it, but I'll find it and put it in a link. I actually just keep my hands out, and I'll just get the good stretch, man. I'll try to go for 10, just feeling like 8. But if I go 8, I'm going to throw another 5-pound puck on there, just to get in there. But, I don't think I got 10. So I am not here to tell you which rack to buy. I'm not here to tell you that Rep is better than Rogue and Rogue is better than Vesta. I went with the jacked up extreme rack, and as I told you in a previous gym tour, I went with it. The main reason is because it has the pulley. It has a 200-pound stack, but it's also the 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 option. So on back days, when I attach this extender here, which was another great feature, and it has a seat, I put it on the 1-to-1 option. So when I put it on, let's just say 70 pounds, I'm doing 70 pounds. On a good heavier day, I can do the whole stack. But, that's why I always urge people to check it out. The rack itself has a bunch of different features to it. I mean, it's a multi-use. So, I'll throw it in the description below. But I really just go and I can extend it out because of that extender up there, and I can really get a good stretch in. And this is another one where, 8 to 12 reps, just going off feel. Now, brief insert. One of the great options about the rep open trap bar, in addition to the trap use, is on back day. You can also get some good rolls in, and I'll find the video and maybe stitch that to this. But if you do have the open trap bar, and just to say you don't have a roll machine, and if you suffer from like a herniated disc like I do, and sometimes when you're getting a good heavier weight in, you want to make sure you can get that stretch in and you arch your back. But with this, it's been a game changer. This here is my jerry-rigged back roll system. I have my rep AB 4100 bench. I think it's a great bench, actually. They have different options out there, but I had a fitness gear before, and I heard that the rep benches were the law of the land, so I purchased this one, and I'm extremely happy with it. It's very sturdy. It does what I needed to do. But this here was also the jacked up fitness. It's the belt squat stand. Now, I think that might be discontinued, but I looked on the website and I sent an email, so I hadn't heard back. But it's also multi-use for me because I lay it down here. I can put my dumbbells on there. This is my fourth set, so I'll go lighter with some 80s, and I'll do the roll, and it gives me the time so I can actually pull them up off of the stand, and then, as you'll see, get that weight back. Really ignite them lats, man. Really just drive my elbows up. And just lay them back on the stand. So it serves two purposes. The belt squat stand itself, and then you can use it when you're doing your rolls, your chest supported rolls. So usually when I do these pull movements, especially on back day, I have 2-to-1, movements. So I'll either do 2 different movements for like pull-ups and then something with the machine, or 2 with the machine and then 1 pull-ups. Today, we're doing pull-ups, and as you saw with these fake mag grips that I have, I'll be doing 2 with the machine. But for this movement, I'll be using the wider grip. And this is the one that I enjoy this one because I actually feel the lat, stretch more in my lats, but my palms are facing together. And, just go for 8 to 12, but you really just, you're trying to drive your elbows into the ground. Pull it right into your chest. And like I said, that's the main reason that I go for those pull-ups, man, because I really get a good burn. And it's a good warm-up. That way when I get to the machine, I'm already ready to go. Kind of a weird camera angle here. Sorry about that. But, the last back exercise that I do is I finish up with the seated rolls, vertical rolls. As I mentioned before, the rack has the 2-to-1 and 1-to-1 option. So on heavier days, especially back day, I'll go with the, I'll connect both. And this Kaizen multi-grip. And I also have one over there for that side, but, same, I'm just driving my elbows back. You really start to feel it in your lats. This one, over the years, I knew if I was doing it wrong because of disc issues that I have. As soon as I sit down, if I'm pulling, on this weight wrong and I'm not driving with my elbows, I'm not really arching my back, pulling it towards my stomach, my back will be thrown out quick. I'll be out of the game. And I had to go see my chiropractor, stretching routine. Sometimes I'll take a flexor roll as a muscle relaxer because it'll spasm up. But over the years, I got it down, man. So towards the tail end of every circuit, I always finish up with some core movements. The ab roller, like faithfully I use it. I do some hanging leg raises or knee raises, or I'll just prop my elbows up and I'll do some knee raises, depending on how I feel. maybe some Russian twists. As I mentioned throughout this video here, I do suffer from back injuries. But if you do, there are some things you can do. But I think the number one thing is really just, get those exercises down to strengthen the core. A strong core makes for a lot less back pain, promise you. And with these, I just kind of extend all the way out. But the key to these is I tighten the core, man, right? That way when I'm tightening the core, throughout the whole movement. Another thing that I had stopped doing was I don't look, up if you notice. I'm just kind of looking at the ground, maybe a little bit, eyes forward in front of the roller itself. Because if you pull it all the way out and you're tightening your core, there's a lot of pressure in there. And what happens is you can pinch a nerve in your neck, or at least I did. So I had learned my lesson with that years ago. Actually, I had an older gentleman when I used to go to Balboa Sport Gym, 24-hour fitness. He told me about that. And I was like, man, he don't know what he's talking about. He old. And I swear, like 2 months later, I pulled something in my neck. So yeah, I'll do like some leg raises or knee raises movements. I do have tendonitis in each elbow, so I got bone spurs in both, but it's manageable, man. It's a lot of stuff that you can, kind of do. I got a pop-up sauna, one of those cheaper ones that I have. So that's added into my regimen now. So on a good day in the evening, I'll hop in the sauna 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how good I feel. I'll hop in the cold shower right after that. And then I have some red light therapy panels. I'll put the red light right on these elbows, right on my back, right on my hips, man. And it's been doing wonders. I use the word game changer a lot, but it's been a game changer for me. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And then once October hits, I'll be 46. It's downhill from there to 50. So I gotta make sure that I stay active. I gotta make sure that I eat properly to stay at a healthy weight. That stuff matters, man. Even like my waistline. The more, weight I have in my gut area, the more I'll feel it in my lower back. Not to mention gut health. Don't get me started on that. So get those knees all the way up, and I really just go to my hands. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna knock out one more go around. The goal is always to close out the range, right? But, as I mentioned, the circuits is just something that I do. I picked them up years ago. I was pressed for time. I had noticed over the years that I was able to keep muscle on, but I also wasn't rushing in the gym. The circuit itself feels rushed, but, I knew that it was working out for me because I'm a cardio guy. Even now that I kind of dwindled it down some, I'm a cardio guy to where I knew that my cardio was helping, not only when I went to go see my doctor and get my blood pulled and my cholesterol and things like that, but getting through these circuits. The cardio helped me stay conditioned to where I can bust out, comfortable weight. And I was never really into like light, reps, a lot of reps, lightweight type stuff. I was always into like comfortable weight, 8 to 12 reps, something good. So on a real strong day, I can get 12. But the weight was just heavy enough on the day when I'm struggling, I better get 8. So I thought I'd share, man. I might start posting more of these. I might not. You know how people are. But that's the back circuit. So I'm going to knock one more of these go-arounds out, and you guys enjoy your day.